Hopefully it'll change. So it was 9.4 miles. It was 9.4 miles at the top, if you remember correctly, and so that would be 0.6, 10, 3. 0.6, 0.6, and 3. So 3.6. It's about 3.5 miles ish from the top to the bottom, and we didn't eat any power going down it. So there you go. That shows you the difference between going uphill and downhill in an EV, dude. Same story. Same story with the Impulse. The Impulse is the same story. I go down it. It doesn't really eat up any power at all, but it doesn't really charge the battery either. I was hoping we could get that 1% back, but it didn't. But that's cool. All right, so that's the end of our test. So I give you some thoughts on the downhill section. It's still, front still feels a little unstable, back still feels a little floppy, just a little bit. Maybe we need to go up on the preload, I'm thinking. Yeah, I think we should go up on the preload a little more. Just like maybe a quarter turn or something. I think the preload is properly set, but I think the shock is just not have enough dampening, you know? It's because like when I hit a bump, it'll go down and I'll feel it go back up a little bit, like it's doing a bounce. Boom. You don't want it to bounce like that. You want it to go down and then go up and then just stop. You know, but you don't want it to feel like you're on a bouncy bounce, you know, on a trampoline. And that's the kind of feel. I'm getting a slight feeling of that. So front suspension, it goes over the bumps just fine. I noticed, but oh shit. Brake. Put the brakes on. Brakes didn't overheat at all because we hardly use them. I'd imagine I don't think we're gonna be able to do a how hot is it test, but I can tell you now through my glove, I'm not feeling anything. It's not hot at all, and it's about 90 degrees. So okay, so that was it. I thought the bike did pretty good. It's not super fast, so it's really easy to ride down those hills. The region coasting actually worked pretty good. I liked it. I didn't have to, you know, where the Impulse, like the Impulse, you kind of have to you kind of have to milk the throttle a little bit to get it to go a little bit, because the regen is like so powerful on that bike. This bike, I think the regen was just right for the downhill, you know. And if you need to slow down more, yeah, you tap the brakes a little bit, you know. I like having the left-hand rear brake. It's a nice thing to have over a motorcycle, you know. I don't have to drag the rear brake using my foot, you know. I just give it a little squeeze. I feel that's easier, you know, and I think you know, you'll get used to it real quick. Downhill, yeah, I did good on the downhill. Like I said, it wasn't really fast. I don't feel the suspension was like heavily loaded, you know, is what I'm gonna say. Under a lot of load. Simply because we weren't going very fast, you know. We were going like 30 miles an hour average, I think. Just same as the going uphill. That's a funny thing. But granted, I didn't twist it at all. I didn't twist it at all going down. I let it coast going down, so that's probably why. Maybe we would have eaten up more power. We probably could have gone faster, probably like 40 miles an hour if we just let it go downhill. Yeah, actually, I didn't try to go for a top speed on the downhill. Oh well, my bad. I probably should have tried for it. But we got 38 miles per hour as the fastest, and I think that's when we were at that bridge. I'm just gonna stay behind these cars. I'm not gonna split lights or anything. Yeah, when I went over that bridge on the way here, I think that's where I got the top speed at 38 miles an hour. But for the most part, 36, 37 was what we were getting. We had a moving average of 24.5 miles per hour through the whole shebango. We were riding for 35 minutes, and we've been out for we've been hot for like almost 50 minutes, 48 minutes. So that's a lot of riding so far. And okay, so that's my thoughts. It was pretty good. I hope it handles better with the Supermoto wheels. I feel that like I'm not happy with the handling on the street with at speed, you know, with the dirt tires and stuff. I feel that, yeah, I want some. If I really wanted to push the bike on the pavement, I would want some street tires or the supermoto wheels. You know, I think that's a ticket. So when Merlin can save up enough money to buy supermoto wheels, I'm going to go get them. Definitely. And I think it would make this bike look cool, you know, on the street. Ride a electric super motard on the street, you know. Electro motard. Electro motard. I like that. I like the sound of that. It's all right. I'm just gonna ride it home, and then at home is like probably like 2 or 3 miles from here. Maybe like 2 miles. Not too far. You just got to go up this really steep hill, this steep bridge. I'll tell you this, man, it climbs. It's a little climber, man. This machine is a little climber. No freeway access for you, though, buddy. Let's see if we can hit the top speed here. Go, go, go. Lean down, lean down. Hang. No, we couldn't. We didn't make it. Oh yeah, so one other thing I've noticed about this bike is when you get it to about 50% charge, you start to notice, yeah, it's running out of power. I mean, it's not as powerful, is what I'm gonna say. It's not as powerful when it gets to about 50% charge. You notice it. It's not as zippy as it used to be at 50% charge. So, and we're at 50% right now. So that's why I know it's like, oh yeah, well, we're not going that fast down the hill. Why not? Because we had like 100%. We had like 90% when we did it the last time. So. All right, so when I get home, I'll tell you the stats, the final stats, and then that'll be at the end of the video. So, all right, HadesOmega out. All right, we're almost home. So one of the other things I might want to put on this bike is a cramp buster. I'm feeling that, yeah, we have to like kind of twist the throttle a lot to get it to go, man. All the throttle is in the top like half of the throttle range, you know. It doesn't really do anything until you twist the throttle halfway. Let's I don't know. Yeah, let's try that. So that's about quarter throttle. It's not doing anything. Yeah, see, about half throttle is when it starts to do something, and then that's 3/4 right there, and that's full throttle right there. So it's kind of like I got like a 3-step throttle: no throttle, a little throttle, and then full throttle. Really not much in between, but it really doesn't go anywhere. Maybe I have to adjust the throttle too. That could be it. I should probably check to see if the throttle cable is loose or something. That's another thing, because this does use a regular motorcycle throttle. It's a cable activated throttle. Yeah. So all right, we're here. We made it. We made it. Good job. I had to go back out on my electric bike, and I had to go buy something. So, all right, let's get in the garage. Get out of the sun. All right, 16 miles. We rode 16 miles, and I was not babying it until we got to the downhill, because I was like, man, let's just see if it eats up any power going down the hill. One of the things I have to do about this is I'm gonna add like a beeper for the turn signal, because I always forget that they're on. This switch is so small you can't tell if it's like left or right, you know. Sometimes it looks all the same, sometimes, you know. It's not a very good switch, but it works. Okay, trip stats: 16 miles to get to the top of Sierra, ride down Sierra for like a little bit, right up Sierra a little bit, and then go back down and go home. 16 miles. That was so like 8 miles both ways. And I think it was like 3 miles, 3.5 miles going up one way. 24.4 miles per hour speed average. We were moving for about 39 minutes, and total ride time was 54 minutes. Yeah, let's see. Well, we checked at the top after we flogged it on the uphill, and it's a little warm. Battery pack's a little warm. The controller's not warm at all, man. I feel that this thing could, you could push it more. That's what I'm thinking. I need to go flip the bike around, but yeah. So there it is. That's the trip stats, and we're at 48% charge right now. We just barely went down like 2% right now, but so if I was to ride it like that so we're pretty much at 50% right now. If I was to ride it like that for 32 miles, we'd have no charge. So 32 miles, and you're riding it somewhat spiritedly. Because I'm not the uphill, I definitely pushed it. If we kept on going uphill, it would just tore through the battery, man. So, but that Sierra Road is a very steep road. That is like I said, that's my benchmark road. It just goes up, and then it just stops at the top. So, there is no up or down and around. It just goes up. So yeah, it's very, very stressful, that hill on a machine, and I think it did it really good. Really good. I'm impressed. It didn't do it super fast, but it was fun. It didn't feel like you're really pushing it too hard, but I still can't help but feel the front is a little unstable, and the back is a little bouncy. We'll see when we ride it off road how good it is. Maybe when we put the different handlebars, it'll change the riding position. It might help. I don't know. Maybe we can mess around with the compression a little bit. I remember the front was really soft when I first got it. They had it full soft, and I guess that's okay if you're riding on the street, really kind of slow. But you want it stiffer if you're going to be riding it, more spiritedly is what I want to say. So there it is, 48%, 16 miles. If we were to ride if we were to ride about 30 miles, this thing would be dead. So I wouldn't say. I would say just mixed riding, full power as in like we unleash the beast with the switch there. You can probably go 30 miles, mixed riding. They claim that you can go 40 miles in the low power mode. So in the low power, oh man, the allergies are getting me now. The low power mode, to get an extra 10 miles, yeah, that sounds about right. So I feel that their claim of like in low power you can get a range of 40 miles is plausible. It is plausible. So because I got 16 miles here, and we were riding it a little bit spiritedly. We're going up and down bridges, up a steep hill. So I believe that is correct. So I would say 30 miles. We'll have to do like an in-city range test sometime. We'll have to go somewhere in the city, sort of far. Just taking city streets, stop and go, and see how the range is. We'll do a range test like that sometime. But just kind of riding it I kind of rode it like a motorcycle, That's how I would ride a motorcycle up there, Yeah, and HadesOmega is not a fast downhill rider, so I don't twist it on the downhill that much. Very impressive build quality of the components on this bike. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very impressed with it for something from China. This is my first China bike, so I am very, very impressed with this machine, and I hope to push it some more, and help to. I'm having fun working on it. So all right, so that is the end vlog. That's the end of the vlog for the Sierra shakedown. So what lies after this for the Suron, HadesOmega Suron Light B? I will be converting it to a dirt bike status again. We will be putting the dirt bike, the dirty foot pegs, the serrated ones, and we'll be putting wider bars and hand guards, and we're gonna go rip up some off-road trails. So look forward to that video. I plan to work on the bike this week. I'll have videos on that, and I'll have a video of me going to Metcalf Motorcycle Park, ripping up the trails, and then we're gonna go outside the park, and we're gonna go right down Metcalf Road, very steep road, and very steep and windy, might I add, and we'll see how it does. We'll do some supermoto action is what we're gonna do. off the dirt onto the pavement, because this is a dual sport. This is a dual sport because we got the plate. I never really intended to ride this thing on the street, but I'm having fun with it. You know, it's nice, and it's cheap. It's cheap to operate it. You know, I'd say I'd say go get your moped plate, man. That's it's kind of a hassle to get all the lights and stuff, and then and get the insurance and everything, because it's not normal, but yeah. All right, so that's the end of the vlog. Hope you guys have enjoyed. HadesOmega out.